This show is sponsored by printbymagic.com. We print directly to your bicycle playing card.
Hello and welcome to the Magicworld Review Show. I am James Anthony and this is Angry Bird! Wah! Okay, no, rubbish! Rubbish! No, that's my coffee. Angry Bird, look after it, stay. This week I'm going to be reviewing 3 products. The Imagination Box, I nearly called it Incarnation Box. The Imagination Box by Olivier. Then we're going to be doing Favourites by Roberto GIOBBI. Then I'm going to be reviewing the Peak Pack by Brian Gillis. Super excited to go through this one with you. And then I'm going to show you a couple of highlights from Blackpool Magic Convention. Then I'm going to show you one of our tricks which isn't even released yet, called Out of the Blue. This is just a temporary one for the Blackpool Convention, but it's available for 2 days only from the release of this video until it's released properly. And then that is, well, you know what, to keep you going right to the very end, we're going to give away a deck of Aquatica cards at the end as well. So maybe even another deck of cards. Actually, let's go crazy. Give away Aquatica cards, and let's go even further. Let's give away this week Favourites by Roberto GIOBBI. We'll get to that later. So a massive giveaway at the end of this review show. Make sure you stay till the end, or if you don't want to watch it all, or some products don't apply to you, then jump to the end where the review show, where the actual competition is, to see how you can be in with a chance of winning this and a deck of Aquaticas. It's going to be 2 separate prizes, 2 different people, so very good little competition, and it's worth it. In case you're not watching the review of this all the way through, this product is great. So let's get started with this week's review show. Also, before we start, everything for Blackpool that was on offer on our stand will also be available for 2 days only from the release of this video at a very special offer. I'll let you know the website for that very shortly. Anyway, this week's review show, let's start off with Imagination Box. Let's cut to a trailer now.
What would be more wonderful than being able to make things appear and disappear at any given time? Transform an object into another, restore a tone card or picture, or even better than a simple drawing into reality.
No!
C'est pas vrai! Il a dessiné le billet et d'un coup se transforme en vrai billet.
Don't look further because it's right here in front of your eyes. Whether you are standing or sitting, outside in a street, at a cocktail party, whichever is your magic style, everything will be possible for you. This is the Imagination Box. Discover an endless flow of creative possibilities. Are you all tricks stale and boring? Freshen them up with the Imagination Box. Repeat your tricks over and over with the help of the provided erasable stickers. Find a card in a way that will blow your spectator's mind and make incredible appearances. Everything is possible and your imagination is the limit. If you do card tricks, you will always want to carry your Imagination Box so you can be ready to impress your audience at any time. If you dream to have a unique style, start thinking outside the box with the Imagination Box and you will be on the right track.
And I'm back! Yes, this is Imagination Box, and without giving away too much of what you get inside it, you get the instructions printed on the inside of the lid, that's standard. This one goes for £26.99, comes with a nice little packet on the inside, and that packet contains various different things, everything you need for the actual gimmick itself. Now, I hate it when I hear that sometimes, everything you need, but you have to make it yourself. That is the case. However, what you get with it, you get some quite cool little things. Everything you need to do it, and you even get a little needle as well. So that's all I'm going to say. You get a needle, but it's not for anything other than magic creations. This actually surprised me a little bit. It's better than I thought it was going to be, and a couple of people said, oh, imagination box, imagination box. I opened it up, and after looking at it, I've had a little play with it, but not a huge amount, and I've left the one that I've been trying out all week. I've left that in the hanger, so we can't bring it in, but the way I was getting it, I was actually getting quite a lot of success out of this. The main problem is the angles, of course. You've got to work on the angle at the point, only at the point really, when you are doing the swap, where things are happening. So at that point where you're covering it and it changes on top as you wave your hand over it, at that point there, you have to release something, that's all I'm going to say, and that will basically be limited in terms of the angles. But it's not terrible angles, let's say that, not terrible at all. In fact, from here, you covered pretty much all the way over there, all the way over there. Excuse me, all part of the show. Rate that sneeze if you want at the end of the review show. So yes, there might be more coming in a minute. From this point here, you're covering it, and you've got the box in your hand, and you cover it, and that is quite a seamless action for that then changing to whatever you want on top of the box. And the nice part is that it just looks like the top of a box. It does what it says on the tin. Simple as that. The making will take you approximately, probably the first time about 15-20 minutes, the second time, the third time, probably about 5-10 minutes. It's a gimmick that will last a long time once it's been made, and the great thing about it is that using a whiteboard marker, you can use it with any object you want. And you can also swap over those objects really quickly. So that's what I like about this product, is that 1 minute you could do a lollipop, the next minute you could do a spider, next minute you could do chewing gum, and the reset would be very, very minimal. The cool way how do I say it? When it actually produces, it's always going to be there. Once it's blank there, you can just put your hands over it, and it kind of changes as you wave your hand over it. And there's a bit of a process where something happens, that's all I'm going to say. Of course something happens, we know that. Something happens, you have to cover a little bit of noise at that point, but not much. Depends on the object that you wanted to produce. And you have to also make sure that that object, how do I say it, sticks well. That's all I'm going to say. I'm not going to say any more than that. It's got to stick well though. But it does. From here you can do that, and that angle over there is no good. All that over there is no good. And anyone behind you, no good. But from that point onwards, like I say, round to there, and even round to here, because your body's blocking it from here, you've got a very good little production. And it's a fun little product. So this surpassed my expectations. I think, of course, the downside is that it wasn't made up for you. You have to do it yourself. You have to get your own box as well. But you get quite a lot of the extra gimmicks required to do it. You can make it dead easily, and he comes up with many suggestions. The trailer is definitely better shot in production-wise than the actual explanation video, which is always a shame. I mean, the explanation video could be a bit better, but at the beginning, the voice is actually out of sync with the things, and not the best, but it does what it says on the tin. It teaches you how to do it. It does it very well. The trailer's nice, and I think you can get away with a lot of those situations. And the nice thing is, it works in any light as well. You're not having to be in a really dark location or really light location, and nobody really asks to examine the box afterwards, because that's of course something that you cannot do, is hand out the box to be examined, unless you had another box identical with a white pad on the top, and then you can switch it out. Boom. But I don't know anybody who'd really go to that much effort. All in all, it's a nice little trick. I think it's just about worth $26.99. I wish it was a little bit cheaper, because you have to make it up yourself, but it does what it says on the tin. I think if you've got lollipops and spiders and different things you'd like to appear magically on the box just by drawing something, and then it happens, and you can't get more magical than that. You draw something and boom, it appears. So you could even get them maybe to draw it if you gave them very clear instructions. Said, right, I want you to imagine a lollipop here. I don't know, I'm just coming up with ideas, but imagination box, I'm going to give it a rating out of 10, simple as that. The rating for me is, I'm going to give it a 7 out of 10. A nice clean 7 out of 10. It's a good product, a bit of making involved, and I think you'll have some fun with this product. And I've not seen this method of, well, apart from illusions, I've not seen this method of production in the close-up market built into the box like this, so it's quite nice in that respect. Let's go on to product number 2. Favourites by Roberto Giobbi, Vernon, Elmsley and Garcia. Let's cut to a trailer now.
Alex Emsley was one of the most important and influential card magicians of the 20th century. I've picked 3 of his best tricks, I think: all backs, double swap and 1002nd aces, and collected them in my favorites. I'm Roberto GIOBBI, and these are my favorites. Frank Garcia was one of the most successful professionals of the 20th century. He specialized in close-up magic, and I've picked 3 of my favorites from his book Super Subtle Card Miracles. They are A Lady Up My Sleeve, Ace Farolleros, and A Surprise Package. I'm Roberto GIOBBI, and these are my favorites. Favorites now of divergence. I've chosen 3 particular favorite tricks of mine of one of the greatest geniuses in magic, who is divergent. They are emotional reaction, and they are 4 of a kind and slow motion aces. The first 2 from Ganson's Inner Secrets of Card Magic, and the third from Stars of Magic. And I tried to put them together into a little routine, because that has the advantage that you will be able to see some synergies. You will see how to get into some slides, how to get out of some slides, how to cross over from one trick to the other one. But the first trick is easygoing, where not much can go wrong. And we will stay a little bit here and discuss the complexities and the intricacies of what Werner called artistic card magic.
Hope you like the sound effects, guys. Right, that is Favourites by Roberto GIOBBI. Excuse me 1 second. I needed that. I've just got something in my throat. Favourites by Roberto GIOBBI. This is one of those things that I think every magician should probably own. It's quite a bold claim, really, a bold statement. And I wouldn't go for the fact that it's the most exciting DVD in the world to watch, in terms of, you know, it sounds terrible when I say that. It is brilliant. So let me just clarify, this DVD is brilliant. But it doesn't just go over, here's a quick trick there, YouTube trick there, visual trick here. It's going over the full philosophy of that trick. And while it might seem like, for young people especially, they're long-winded, a lot to learn, but the great thing about this video is it's got 3 hours of video footage, 3 hours and 60 minutes or something like that. So it's crazy what you get for your money. This one retails at $26.99 again, and for the value for money, it is incredible. 3 hours of video tuition by a master himself, Roberto GIOBBI. And if you've not got any of his books, the Card College books, again, I highly recommend that you start reading Card College and some of the other books by Roberto GIOBBI, because it's one of the best ways to learn magic. It's fantastic. And I mean, there's several books you always recommend: The Royal Road to Card Magic, and then you recommend the Card College books, Tarble and all that as well. But they are the main 2 for card magic. And for me, this guy, for 3 hours of tuition for $26.99, you've got every penny you need. He has 2 different locations on it. The first location, the camera is a little bit blurred, to be honest. It's not the most perfectly shot first period, but then it jumps to a much nicer location where it seems a bit more in focus. But it's still got multiple camera angles, and he's going through the routine with people there live. And it works very, very well indeed. Some of the routines, you have some long routines, you have some short routines, you have some snappy routines. Ones that you must take, you must watch and learn, and then develop them so that they fit in with your personality, who you are. Don't forget, if one trick is long-winded to one person, you can change it, you can make it shorter to the other, you can change the way that you animate, the way you move, the way you act around the trick, and that can completely change every aspect of any trick. So for me, this is a brilliant video. I've said it a few times now. Yeah, what happens when the foremost scholar in card magic is asked about his favourite magicians? And this is the whole point. A DVD that collects separate, serious studies on 3 of the greatest card magicians of all time: Alex Elmsley, Frank Garcia and Di Vernon. So that's what you're getting. You're getting several routines from each of them, and you're getting all the philosophy and all the teachings around it. It's 3 of Roberto Giobbi's favourite effects. So you get to spend time with Roberto Giobbi, and then you're learning from Di Vernon, Alex Elmsley, Frank Garcia. You've got so much. And this is just, I can't recommend it high enough, so let's give it a rating out of 10 and stop waffling. This is going to be a simple 9 out of 10. It's great for what you get out of it. 9 out of 10, come on. There you go, get it. It's on the Magic World website right now. Now let's cut to product number 3. Peak Pack by Brian Gillis. Don't know why I'm doing that voice. Let's cut to a trailer now.
Hello, my name is Gregory Wilson, and I'm here to brag about a brand new trick by Brian Gillis called the Peak Pack. So it's new to you, it's old to him since it's been a signature piece in his repertoire for at least the last 25 years, and I've seen him perform this everywhere. In fact, every single room here at the Magic Castle, close-up, stand-up. I've seen him perform it in the ladies' room, and it kills. That said, it's easy to do. Slight-free, right out of the box, practically self-working. And the reason I want to share this with you, this fools laymen, it fools magicians, it's super fun to watch. I'm super excited to share this with you. He's jealously guarded this. It took a while to drag this out of him. And you can thank me later.
You guys all ready? Yeah. Show you a card trick. Now it's important to realize that I wouldn't use trick cards. Only amateurs would use trick cards. I'm going to flash through the card. What's your name?
Chris.
Chris. I'll flash through the cards as they go by. You look at them and pick a card in your mind. Don't pick the end card, but you have to see it. You understand?
All right.
Did you pick one out?
Yep.
Not the end card.
Nope.
Nicole.
Nicole.
Yep.
As they go by, pick one in your mind. Did you pick one out?
No, one more time. Yes.
Not the end card.
Nope.
Okay.
I don't know what it is.
Dorian?
Yeah.
Did you pick one out?
It was too fast.
I hate women say that.
Okay.
Not the end card.
No.
All right, the reason I emphasize you actually have to see a card is because sometimes people don't follow directions. For instance, if I do this for kids, a lot of times kids will just invent a card. They don't actually see one. Occasionally kids will purposely try to mess up the magician. I hate kids. What's your name?
Sandy.
Sandy, as they go by, pick one in your mind. Did you pick one out?
Yes.
Not the end card. Your name?
Kim.
Kim? Did you pick one out?
Yes.
And Courtney?
Yes.
Did you see a card? Not the end card.
Not the end card.
All right. This is not a matter of physically taking a card out of the deck, putting it back in the deck, controlling the cards, and then producing the selected card. Nobody touched the cards. Everybody arbitrarily thought of a card as being flashed. Concentrate on the value of the card, whether it's higher or lower than a 7. Are you doing this?
Yep.
Mm-hmm. Yours was lower than a 7?
Yes.
It was a 6?
Yes.
A red 6?
Yes.
Not a heart.
Nope.
6 of diamonds.
Yep.
Yours was a 4?
Yes.
4 of clubs?
Yes. Wow.
You had an 8? 8 of clubs?
Yes.
Yours was a 5?
Yes.
5 of hearts?
Yes.
You had a jack? Jack of spades? Yours was a king?
Yeah.
King of diamonds.
Yeah.
Oh my God. It was crazy.
It was amazing.
Amazing.
Mind boggling.
Yeah.
Shocked.
Absolutely. Amazing.
Okay, I'm back, and so is Angry Bird. Right, the Peak Pack. one thing that stood out most about this is the box, the packaging. And also, Ian downstairs said this is a really, really nice routine before I even had a chance to check it out. He said it's got a lot of potential and you can do an awful lot with it. And I know he is right. Now this one retails at £44.49 or £44, something like that on our website. You'll see it at the bottom of the screen. And I love the box. I mean, the box is gorgeous, and it's even got a little bit of foam going around the edges, and then you've got the actual instruction card, which is printed beautifully again, and then finally, boop, the box of cards, which, may I say, is printed directly at the Bicycle Playing Card Company. So this is a full deck of cards, which I know for a fact costs a fortune to get made if you're just going to get, compared to Bicycle ordinary cards, which I know are like £3 or £4, to get one custom made costs a fortune. You do have to get 2,500 or even 5,000 decks at a time. They cost a lot, and it's a big outlay. For this, you get one with it, and they're all gimmicks, all printed on beautiful bicycle quality, as you'd expect, and it's a box, and it's a trick that you're going to use for probably, it could last a lifetime, but it could easily last 20 years. Because as he says in the video, you're not going to be using this very much. You just use it quickly to do what you need to do the dirty work, and then you get rid of it back in your pocket. So yeah, beautiful box, 6 spectators, 6 selections, 6 revelations. Now, that is how it's advertised, but it does not stop at 6 spectators. So I'm going to go through. Online you get 2 different video tutorials for this product, and you get the main one and you get another 4.5 minute one by Gregory Wilson, going through a couple of other ideas, which really is where some gems lie. You get some really nice little interview in the first one teaching you how to do the deck and Gregory Wilson's take on performing the deck. Then after that you get another Gregory Wilson's point of view of a way of doing it with 4 cards, a way of showing all the cards at the beginning, because Brian Gillis does not show any of these cards at the beginning. He actually says right in front of you, I'm not one of these amateur magicians that would use a trick deck of cards. We only use a proper deck of cards. That's enough to suffice most people. Really, I wouldn't even draw attention to that myself, but you know, I like the way he was doing that at the time. It was really good. But inside here, you use this as sort of like a tossed out deck, but without tossing it out. And you get rid of all of the problems that come with the tossed out deck. Now, I love the tossed out deck. You've got many variations, and it's a beautiful trick because it's in their hands that they're stopping, having a look at a card. This, I don't think it really takes away from things much. You can add now 6 cards if you wish. You can do it with 6 spectators, you can do it with 4, you can do it with 2, however many you want. And then you're home and dry. So you ask someone to look very quickly at a card, and they see one. Now, bear in mind, I've not fully practiced this routine, but they would go from here and they'd say, have a look at a card. Now, it's got to be done very fast, so it's got to be like this. Now, that's all I'm going to really show you. They peek at 6 different cards in the pack. I can now immediately go to another spectator and they say stop, and now they have a look. I wouldn't say stop, but I'm just giving you this for demonstration purposes. Again, they'd have a look at a card there, the 3rd spectator, and so on and so on. If you wanted to, you go here, and again, they'd say stop, but they wouldn't say stop, but you just show them the card. You can peek at the card, and they get 6 different cards in total. Now, the nice thing is that once you've done that, in a performer setting, you're now about to read their minds. It takes 10 seconds to put that in one pocket, pull another one out. That's all I'm going to say for magicians, but you pull it in, pull it out in the same gesture as talking or saying something, or even putting it in and coming out 2 or 3 minutes later with the pack as though it's always been in your hands. And nobody ever notices a thing if you do deck switches like that. Everyone says that you have to learn all really difficult deck switches. Whoa, that is my light that's now going. So I'm just going to grab the light here and just turn it down a little bit, and put it here in front of me. So all of those people who say that it really is difficult to do deck switches, all I say, in this manner and the way you're performing it, as you'll see by his tutorials, it's not something you need to worry about. It just happens, it works itself, so don't worry about it. Apart from that, the pack of cards is beautifully printed, beautifully made. You've got various options of showing all the cards first and then going into the routine with 4 spectators, or you can do it with 6, and it's an ingenious little method. It really is ingenious, and it's obviously something that he's used his whole life. You're getting all those secrets, those little things that he's learned from it. You can watch his live performance and learn a lot from that as well. So this is definitely a hidden gem that I would be buying straight away, especially if you do more parlour or if you do stage shows. This can be an opener, it can be something in the middle. I like this as an opener because it's fast. It's like, go up to spectator number 1, stay, have a look at card. Spectator number 2, right, we're going to work this out. Then I could spread the cards on the table if I wished, after a simple switch, and then say, right, your card, 6 of diamonds, your card this, 2 of diamonds, queen of hearts, boom. And, you know, it's all come from one deck of cards, effectively, so you're getting a really, really good force, or peak, should I say, peak force. One thing that, you know, worried me at first was that you could see more of one card. Now, if you do the force with a short card, effectively, they see one card a lot more clear than the others, whereas this one, they are actually seeing more than one of the same card. And that is the only thing you have to overcome, and it's easy to overcome it. I've done this a few times to people, just a few, and it works, it flies by. Also, in a stage environment, they don't know what she's seen, she doesn't know what they've seen, the audience don't know what they've seen, so all that kind of builds up like a mountain to a point where you really have got a miracle on your hands. And also, if you do it right and get the speed right, they don't really ever say that there's more than one card, but if you get that speed a little bit slow, that's the part where you just got to work with it. But I would definitely recommend you give it a go. I think it's going to be a deck of cards that you'd have in your close-up pack ready to go. It's almost self-working as well. It's so easy to do. So that is a peak pack by Brian Gillis, direct hit mind reading over and over and over. Yeah, dead right. Worth every penny of £44.49 in my opinion. Don't get me wrong, I'd like it to be cheaper, but all magic nowadays genuinely isn't, is it? No, it's not. So, go and get yourself a peak pack, guys. I recommend it, highly. Right, that is the end of this part of the review show. Now we're going to go into the other multiple parts. I'm going to show you out of the blue. I'm going to do a live demo for you now, as though I was doing it in the Blackpool Winter Gardens. Now, the reason I'm doing this demo is because this product is not available yet, anywhere. Except for me for 2 days. So this product is unreleased. It will be released officially with MurphysMagic and around the rest of the world in a few months' time. But right now, what I want to do is everyone who came to Blackpool had an offer, a chance of getting this, and I want to give the people on my website one chance to get this product just for 2 days only, and I'll tell you how you do that. In fact, you're not just getting this product, you can also get Mark Elsden's newest trick, which is called Escape the Trick. Again, unreleased for another 2 or 3 months, but if you want to get the prototype ahead of time, and I'm going to tell you right now that the next version of it might change slightly, only with the words a little bit, but all in all, it's going to be the same effect. It's beautifully boxed, beautifully packaged. The offer, that's normally 25, this is 20, but we're going to do the 2 of them for £35. That's one of the special offers. As well as Chris Ramsey, thank you so much for putting a great little clip of both 2 of my tricks, Tactical, where the card changes, oh, it's beautiful, and also the personality detector. Those of you, if you bought the personality detector at Blackpool, please leave a message down below saying how much you love it. Basically, I've seen pictures of the personality detector popping up everywhere on all the forums of what people have bought in all their packages, and it was Chris Ramsey's favourite trick at the end of the whole convention. It was a little you know, personality detector, you tap it on the head and it says, that's all I'm going to say. And we have 3 different paddles, 2 non-dirty and 1 a little bit dirty, 3 for a tenner. That offer is also on this page. Plus, we have an offer of a Word Up by Vinny Segou and The Experiment. Both of those for £25 instead of £15 each. So all you're going to do for these offers is go to magicworld.co.uk/Blackpool. So magicworld.co.uk/Blackpool only for the next 2 days from this video, and then I'm afraid that page will have disappeared and you have to wait a couple of months, for Out of the Blue to come. But this is one of my first releases and I'm super pleased with it. Let's show it you now. Okay, this is Out of the Blue. As a magician, we have a lot of decks of cards lying around at home, old, new, and I have stacks of them. I don't know what you know about you, but I know most magicians do. And this is a deck of cards that I found. Half with red cards and half with blue cards. So what I'm going to do is take out the red cards first. Now notice how the blue cards are flowing in the same direction. What you do is you put them into the spectator's hands like this. You can be the hands. You ask someone in a minute to touch a card. Now at the moment they've got a choice from any of these cards here. They could touch one, like this one here, and it would be a 7 of hearts. They could touch one down here, and that would be a 2 of hearts. They could touch one down here, and that would be a 5 of hearts. In fact, they have a choice of any of these. Oh, they touch any one they want. So they touch this one here. They have a look at the card. Then I snap, instantly your card vanishes. No, literally, the card disappears completely from the pack. And they look through, they cannot find their card anywhere. It's completely vanished. You see, from the very beginning, you've been holding the blue cards, and the red card jumps. It's called Out of the Blue for a reason. In between the red cards is one card. What was your card? The 9 of spades. The best part about it, I am reset, ready to go. Okay, that was Out of the Blue, available on our website. You won't see any description for it. Just go to magicworld.co.uk/Blackpool, click on the link for Out of the Blue, and you can get it there and then, okay? And then after that, 2 days' time, it will be totally unavailable. But it got really great reviews from people, and people really enjoyed it, and I'm so happy to have brought something out that people like. The best part is it's simple, easy to do. The cards do all the work. So yeah, now, finally, where are we going to go with this one? Yep, I've told you about the offers. Finally, the competition. So, for the competition, I'm going to be giving away both this and a deck of Aquatica cards. Not here, but you know. And this is worth $26.99, $8.99 for Aquatica cards. And let's do something cool with this. Let's say, all you got to do, of course, is share this video and click subscribe. So to enter for the competition, click subscribe and subscribe and like this video. Simple as that. Then just leave a comment down below saying that you've done that. And if you want to add something else to the comment, brilliant. If you're looking forward to this product or any of the other products that are coming out, then leave that comment. Just say you've done it and then whatever you want to comment about. So next week we're going to bring Occultatum, I think. We're going to bring that one to the review show as well as several of others. So thank you very much for joining me this week. I'm sorry that we've not managed to do a review show last week or the week before. We will get into a regular schedule very soon, I promise you. Thank you for all your support. Great to see you guys at Blackpool, and I'm just going to leave you now with a few clips of Blackpool, us and our stands and the setup before we see you next week. So have a great weekend, see you later, bye bye.
Yeah, Magic World HQ, getting ready for Blackpool.
The end of the Blackpool Magic Convention. My voice is gone. We're just going to go now and buy some rock and then back home.
Hi and welcome to the Magic World Review Show. I'm James Anthony. I believe I can fly. I believe I can touch the skies. I think about it every night and day. Spread my wings and fly away. Who thinks I should give up magic for singing? Bye!